How to practice Atharvaveda today, the forgotten power you already carry. What you are about to hear is not information, it is activation. And if you listen carelessly, you will miss it. But if you listen with even a fraction of awareness, something ancient inside you will begin to stir. Not gently, not politely, but like a force that has been waiting for this exact moment. Let me ask you something. Why is it that in a world filled with knowledge, people feel more powerless than ever? Why is it that we have access to everything, yet mastery over nothing? Why is it that despite all advancements, fear, anxiety, confusion still dominate the human mind? The answer is simple. Because you've been taught what to think, but never how to wield the mind itself. And this is where the Atharvaveda enters your life. The Atharvaveda is not like other teachings. It does not speak to philosophers. It speaks to warriors. Not warriors of the battlefield, but warriors of reality itself. Because the Atharvaveda is about one thing: power. Power over your thoughts, power over your environment, power over unseen forces that shape your life every single day. And here's the truth most people are not ready to hear. You are already practicing it, but unconsciously. Every time you repeat a fear in your mind, you are chanting a mantra. Every time you dwell on doubt, you are performing a ritual. Every time you believe something about yourself, you are casting a spell. Yes, a spell. Because the Atharvaveda teaches something modern minds struggle to accept. Your words are not just sounds, they are forces. Now stay with me, because this is where most people drop off. And if you leave now, you will miss the entire tea. The ancient seers understood something that science is only beginning to rediscover. The human nervous system does not distinguish sharply between imagination and reality, which means what you repeatedly think, feel, and say begins to shape your external world. Not metaphorically, but literally. So how do you practice the Atharvaveda today? Not in temples, not in forests, but here, in your daily life. Let me show you. First practice, conscious speech, the discipline of the tongue. Watch this carefully. For the next 10 seconds, observe your thoughts. What are you saying internally? Are you complaining? Are you doubting? Are you replaying something negative? Good. Now understand this. Every internal sentence is a seed. And seeds do not ask for permission to grow, they simply grow. The Atharvaveda demands one radical shift. Speak only what you are willing to experience. This does not mean lying to yourself. It means choosing your words with surgical precision. Instead of, "I'm stressed," you say, "I am stabilizing." Instead of, "This is impossible," you say, "I am finding the path." At first it will feel artificial, but that is because your current reality was built by unconscious repetition. And here comes your first breakthrough moment. Listen carefully. You do not rise to your goals, you fall to your language. Second practice, ritual without ritual. Now here is where things get interesting. Most people think rituals require fire, offerings, or sacred spaces. But the Atharvaveda teaches something deeper. Ritual is repetition with intention. So let me ask you, what do you repeat daily? Scrolling, worrying, comparing? Then those are your rituals, and they are shaping your destiny. So instead we replace them. Create micro-rituals. Not once a week, not once a day, but woven into your life. When you wake up, before touching your phone, sit still, just for 60 seconds, and declare one sentence: "Today, I direct my energy consciously." That's it, simple but powerful, because now you are not reacting to the day, you are initiating it. When you eat, pause, just for a moment, and recognize, this is energy entering my system. You are no longer consuming blindly, you are receiving consciously. When you feel fear, instead of resisting it, name it. I see you. This alone breaks its unconscious grip. This is Atharvaveda. Not complicated, but precise. Third practice, mastering invisible influence. Now we go deeper. And this is where most people will not follow, because it requires responsibility. The Atharvaveda teaches that there are subtle forces constantly interacting with your mind. Call them energy, call them patterns, call them conditioning. It does not matter. What matters is this: if you are not directing your mind, something else is. Look at your habits. Did you choose all of them consciously, or did they form over time? Look at your fears. Were they all yours or inherited? Here is the practice. Once a day, sit in silence. No music, no distractions. And ask one question: what is influencing me right now? Do not rush the answer, just observe. Thoughts will arise, patterns will reveal themselves, and slowly you will begin to see You are not your thoughts, you are the observer of them. And this is where power returns, because once you see something clearly, you are no longer controlled by it. Fourth practice, the energy of attention. Now I want you to notice something, right now. Where is your attention? Because wherever your attention goes, energy follows. And wherever energy flows, reality begins to organize. This is why distraction is not harmless, it is theft. It steals your creative power. The Atharvaveda teaches you to reclaim it. How? With one simple discipline. Finish what you start. Even small things. If you open a message, respond fully. If you begin a task, complete it. If you commit to something, honor it. Why? Because every incomplete action leaks energy, and over time, you feel drained. Not because life is hard, but because your energy is scattered. Now imagine the opposite. Focused attention, completed actions, clear intention. That is power. Fifth practice, emotional alchemy. Now we arrive at the most misunderstood part. Emotions. Most people try to control them, suppress them, escape them. But the Atharvaveda teaches transformation. Listen carefully. Every emotion is energy in motion. Fear, anger, sadness, they are not enemies, they are raw material. Here's the practice. Next time you feel a strong emotion, do not react immediately. Pause. Close your eyes if you can, and locate it in your body. Where is it? Chest, stomach, throat? Now breathe into it. Not to remove it, but to witness it. Something incredible will happen. The emotion will begin to shift. Not because you forced it, but because you gave it awareness. This is alchemy. Turning reaction into awareness, turning chaos into clarity. And here is the deeper truth. The more you resist an emotion, the longer it stays. The more you observe it, the faster it transforms. Sixth practice, the law of inner authority. Now I'm going to say something that may challenge you, but if you understand this, everything changes. You are waiting for permission. Permission to act, permission to grow, permission to become who you already are. But the Atharvaveda does not ask for permission. It assumes authority. Here is the practice. Make one decision today, without seeking validation. It can be small, but it must be yours. Because every time you defer your authority, you weaken your connection to yourself. And every time you trust your inner voice, you strengthen it. Over time, this becomes unshakable. Seventh practice, living with awareness of consequence. Now we come full circle, because all these practices lead to one realization. Everything has consequence, not just actions, but thoughts, words, attention, emotion. The Atharvaveda is not about fear, it is about awareness. When you understand that every moment is shaping your reality, you stop living casually. You start living consciously. And this is where your life transforms. Not overnight, but inevitably. Now before we close, let me take you deeper into a story. Because stories bypass resistance. There was once a seeker who traveled across lands, searching for power. He learned rituals, he memorized chants, he performed ceremonies, but nothing changed. Frustrated, he went to a sage and asked, "Teach me the most powerful practice." The sage smiled and gave him a simple instruction. For the next 30 days, watch every thought you think and speak only what you want to become. The seeker was disappointed. This is too simple. But he obeyed. The first day, he failed. The second day, he forgot. The third day, he became aware. By the 10th day, he noticed patterns. By the 20th day, he began to change them. By the 30th day, he realized something shocking. The power he was seeking was never outside. It was hidden in the way he was living every moment. And this is your realization. You do not need to escape your life to practice the Atharvaveda. You need to awaken within it. Every word you speak, every thought you repeat, every action you take is either building your power or draining it. So the question is not, can you practice the Atharvaveda today? The question is, are you ready to stop practicing unconsciously and start practicing with awareness? Because once you do, there is no going back. You will see patterns others cannot see. You will feel energies others ignore. You will move through life with precision, with clarity, with power, and the world will not understand you at first, but eventually they will feel it. And when they ask you, what changed? You will not say much, because the deepest transformations are not explained, they are embodied. Now remember this, not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Your words matter, your thoughts matter, your attention matters, your awareness is your greatest power. And if something inside you shifted while listening to this, do not ignore it. That is not motivation, that is recognition. You are remembering something ancient, something real, something powerful. And this is only the beginning. If you are ready to go deeper into mastery, awareness, and inner power, subscribe to Inspiration and Insight. Because what you've just touched is only the surface.